Good morning, good afternoon, or good night to all of you following along with Jack and Annie and their adventures through the Arctic. Today might be a little shorter than usual as we finish up this adventure and get ready for the next. Last time, Jack and Annie had been swept back home after solving the riddle of the Arctic. Let's see what Morgan Le Fay has to say to our young adventurers as they get ready to become master librarians. This is A Magic Treehouse Adventure, Polar Bears Past Bedtime, by Mary Pope Osborne. Chapter 10, Master Librarians. Warm air washed over Jack. It felt wonderful. "You have succeeded in your quest," said a soft, soothing voice. "Are you glad to be home?" Jack opened his eyes. Morgan Le Fay stood in the moonlight. "Yes," he said. "We solved all of our riddles," said Annie. "Indeed," said Morgan. "You have proved that you can find answers to very hard questions." She reached into the folds of her robe and took out 2 thin pieces of wood. "A magic library card for each of you," she said. She gave one to Annie and one to Jack. "Oh man," said Jack, feeling the card. The wooden card was as thin and smooth as an ordinary library card. On its surface shimmered the letters M and L. "These are your Master Librarian cards," said Morgan. "You are the newest members of the ancient society of Master Librarians." "What do we do with them?" asked Jack. "Take them on your future journeys," said Morgan. "Only a very wise person or another Master Librarian will be able to see the letters. These will be the people who can help you." "Wow," said Annie. Can we go on a mission right now?" "Now you must go home and rest," said Morgan. "I will come back for you soon." Jack and Annie put their secret cards in their pockets. Then Jack took out the Arctic book and put it with the other books. "Goodbye," he said. "See you soon," Annie said to Morgan. Morgan gave them a little wave. You can see Jack and Annie getting their Master Librarian cards. Pretty spiffy. Jack and Annie climbed down the rope ladder. As soon as they stepped onto the dark ground, they heard a roar. They looked up. They saw a blur of wind and light high in the oak tree. Then all was silent. Morgan and her magic treehouse were gone. Jack reached for his magic library card. When he felt its tingly warmth, he knew amazing adventures lay ahead. "Let's go," he said. He turned on his flashlight. "The woods don't feel scary like they did before," said Annie as they walked through the trees. "I'm not afraid anymore." "Me either," said Jack. "Hey, the darkness is like a mask," said Annie. "Yeah," said Jack. "It hides the day, but it brings out your courage." They came out of the woods. Jack saw their house in the distance. It looked warm and cozy. The porch light glowed. The moon shone overhead. "Home," he whispered. "Home," said Annie. She started running, and then Jack took off after her, running to the place that they both loved the best. Look at that. quite the adventure. I have to say, Jack and Annie went through quite a bit to, find their way back home and make their way through the Arctic. Making a couple polar bear friends, that was pretty cool. Scooting their way across the ice, wearing masks, feeling like they could fly, pretty neat too. They got some help from the seal hunter, and that was pretty crucial. I think they probably would have been pretty chilly if he didn't give them some clothes. So thank you for sticking along with the adventure. I'm sure they needed your help. Let's look at some facts that Jack has about the Arctic. Just summarize our adventure. In the summer, the sun never sets. And in the winter, the sun never rises. Seal hunters wear seal skin. Siberian huskies pull dog sleds. That's a good one. That's an important one. Help them travel around. Help them, move around faster. Igloo means house. Do you remember the facts about igloos? Let's see. I think it said that inside of an igloo, it can reach temperatures of up to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty warm. People can learn from animals. That's kind of how Jack and Annie found their way back across the ice, as they mimicked the polar bears, kind of scooting their way across it. Polar bears can walk on ice too thin to hold a person. Kind of reiterating my point. The Northern Lights are an amazing sight. Do we remember the facts about the Northern Lights too? That was a pretty interesting one. Let's go back and just take a look at it. One of the most amazing sights in the Arctic is the Northern Lights. The swirl of light is caused by electrically charged particles from the sun striking atoms and molecules in the Earth's atmosphere. So while the result might be pretty magical, it can be described scientifically, which is pretty cool, like a lot of the things in this book. Anyways, thanks to all of you for following along with Jack and Annie and their adventures through the Arctic. I had a pleasure sharing this story with you, and I hope you had just as much fun listening. Take care all, and I hope you can all show up for next week's story time, where we begin a new adventure. That was Polar Bears Past Bedtime by Mary Pope Osborne. Thank you all, and have a good day.